In my last video, I discussed the importance of preparing for a police oral board interview. Today, I'm here to discuss 3 strategies that will help you crush that very same interview. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to go over a possible tactic that might be thrown at you from the interviewers. This was done to me during my very first oral board examination. Needless to say, I failed it. I'm going to go over the mistake that I made to ensure that if this happens to you, you do not fail this portion of the test, so stay with me until the end. The interview for a police oral board examination can be quite intimidating, especially if you're not sure what to expect. One way you can prepare for your interview is by practicing. Something I've done in the past to help me prepare for promotional interviews was video recording myself giving responses to potential questions. Listening to the audio allowed me to analyze my verbal responses. I would listen for the confidence in my voice. Was it there? Was I wavering? Did I sound confident? Were there a lot of ums and ahs? Quite often, when we're unsure of what to say, we fill our uncertainty with ums and ahs. This is something we all do. I do it myself. It wasn't until I recorded audio of myself answering potential questions that I realized that this is something I need to work on. One way to control this is by speaking slower and pausing instead of using ums and ahs. Try recording yourself answering potential questions. You'll be surprised at what you hear. Once you hear it, you can start to fix your deficiencies. Another benefit to video recording yourself is you'll also be able to see your physical demeanor as you answer potential questions. What are you doing with your hands? Are you looking everyone in the eye? Do you look confident? Are you swiveling around in your chair, or are you using tension relievers like fidgeting with your hands while you're speaking? This is something I addressed in a previous video. If you're interested in that video, click the link in the description below. You can gain a lot of insight into how well you interview by recording yourself, so just try it out. Another way to practice interviewing is by conducting mock interviews with friends or family members. This will help you to stay calm and confident during the interview, and you'll be able to respond to questions quickly and accurately. As a supervisor, this is something we did to help one of the officers on our shift prepare for a specialty unit interview. We brought him in the office, we prepared a bunch of questions, we interviewed him, we took notes, and then we talked about the good, the bad, and the ugly. He was really thankful that we did, as it really helped him prepare. By the way, he smoked that interview. When you practice, make sure to answer the questions out loud. This will help you get more comfortable with talking in front of people, and it will help you build confidence. Think of some potential questions that could come up and practice your answers until you're comfortable. So here are some potential answers you might be asked. Describe a time when you handled a difficult situation at work, or name a time that you had to resolve conflict in the workplace. A great portion of a police officer's job is conflict resolution. We are constantly resolving other people's problems. This question is designed to ensure that you have proper resolution skills. My advice is to come to the interview prepared to answer a question like this. Start thinking of a time that you really did have to resolve a problem. If you come to the interview prepared to answer this question, you will appear much more confident in your interview. Another question you may be asked is to name a time you had to work in a stressful environment, or name a time you had to handle a stressful situation. Again, a great deal of our job involves stress. A police officer's stress levels will rise and fall periodically throughout their shift. You will have to make quick decisions under stressful situations. This is something that the normal public does not have to deal with as often as we do. And if you watch the media, you'll see that one bad decision under stress can adversely affect the agency and the rest of your life. So departments really want to make sure that you can handle stress. These types of questions are very common, so prepare yourself. At the beginning of the video, I told you that I would give you some insight into a tactic used in some police oral board interviews. Let's do this. During my very first oral board interview, I was given the following scenario. You're a police officer and you respond to a disturbance at a party. The people at the party offer no resistance and they agree to turn the music down. As you're wrapping up the call, your dispatch advises you that the homeowner has a warrant out for his arrest. You place him under arrest and you walk him to your patrol car. But as you do so, 20 of his friends are standing between you and your patrol car. They tell you you're not taking him anywhere and they demand that you let him go. What would you do? So I remember answering this question, and I remember I said I would ask for backup. The panel told me that All the patrol units were busy, so you have one officer to help you. There's your backup. By the way, they've overturned your police vehicle and now they're throwing rocks and bottles at you. What do you do? At this point, I remember telling them that I'd let the prisoner go. The captain, the guy that was sitting to the left of me, I remember he took his hand, he slammed it on the desk and he yelled, "You let a prisoner go?" I started hemming and hawing. I was at a loss, man. I thought I answered incorrectly. And then I started to change my answer. That's exactly what they're looking for. Could they persuade me to change my answer? Will I make a decision and stick to it? I didn't stick to my decision. I failed. To this day, I actually believe that my initial response was the correct response. Rather than change my answers in a panic, what I should have done was confidently explain that there was no way I could safely transport him to jail. I have no vehicle. We're severely outnumbered. Now, we know who the suspect is. We know where he lives. We'll come back when the odds are more in our favor, when we can take him into custody safely. Unfortunately, I didn't stick to my guns, and I changed my answer. Police officers are faced with stressful decisions every single day. Administrators want to know that you can make a decision and stand behind your decision if it's the correct decision. Hopefully, you won't have to sit in front of a panel as aggressive as that one. Honestly, I've only sat in front of a few aggressive panels. The rest were just normal interviews. I hope this helps. Subscribe to the channel and follow me as I will be releasing more law enforcement related videos to help you on your journey.